It contains themes and scenes which may not be suitable for very young audiences. Parental guidance is advised.
Good evening everyone, and this is your one and only Dirbo speaking, and I'm back on this new episode of DP24 in Focus live session. And this is your Dirbo once again, live from Tasmania City, home of the Purple Festival. And of course, we're going to have another sort of news alerts here. And of course, don't forget that in every happenings here, anytime, anywhere, DP24 will always keep you updated. And the Philippine Standard Time, it's now 20:34. Of course, it's rescheduled. And so, we're going to have some sort of the news updates. While waiting, let's begin with this newest episode, and it's entitled oh my goodness me, why I have clicked on the wrong program title, but it's now the additional health safety measures. Of course, oh my goodness me, before I head into this episode, let's begin with DP24 alert this time. Of course, power interruption may affect several areas in Tasmania City this midnight, and it would repeat once again at 6 on the following day, and this would affect even DP24 base. So we will going to have some sort of preemptive shutdown at 22 or 23:30 in order to minimize the damage that may be brought during this disruption. And so, here's the good news. E2 Elevated will be fully open this December 2020 from Buendia Hill Boyat all the way to Balintawak Interchange and Toll Barrier. And speaking of that, we will discuss more of the cashless transaction that may affect several motorists, and likewise it's our responsibility to inform everyone else before it would go into full swing of the all electronic toll, just like what happened in the Bay Bridge or San Francisco Bay Bridge Toll Plaza. Of course, COVID-19 case updates right here. 50,354 active out of 351,750 total cases, which would be added by the recent 3,139 cases, whereas 294,865 recoveries and sadly 6,531 deaths due to COVID-19. On the recent news that was talking about on the recent Zoom meeting by the LTO Cavite, sanctions will be awaited for the cheating, privacy-related violations, and even online content piracy. So mind your own content, mind your own privacy stuff, as the institution will start cracking down on the privacy-related violations and even cheating on the academics and even sort of businesses. And of course, that concludes DP24 Alert. And of course, we're going to discuss more of the additional health safety tips here on DP24 in Focus live session. Of course, IATF EID Hub loosen up the intrazonal and interzonal cross-border destination restrictions due to the quarantine measures. And here's one thing to follow. You might need to prepare for at least 3 to 7 days prior to the destination, since you might need to do some sort of a swab test in order for you to be identified if it's needing to have some sort of quarantine or not, or bar in most cases the entry. But moreover, Bataan have begun restricting the entry to those with QR passes that has been shown at the checkpoint. Might as well that during this national or international hand wash day, we have to observe 20 to 40 seconds of hand washing with the proper demonstration like this. So you have to use the water and soap as well. And in order for you to hand wash yourselves properly, then you have to do a several steps that is very needed right now. And without further ado, I'm going to demonstrate the proper hand washing. Rotate your hands like this and then do the next procedure of washing those hands like this, the top portion of your hand which is needed, and the bottom part. And for demonstration purpose, interlock this one part at a time. And so with the fingers, and this is a purely demonstration purpose. Much better if you're going to clean up your fingers like this and then rinse it up properly. Of course, it is much advisable to use this kind of towel or a hand dryer if available, or a tissue. And so we did demonstration like this, but this would not be seen on the podcast counterpart since we are on live session. But anyways, tomorrow on DP24 on Reflections, we all know that we have done something wrong and we must be honest with each other, and this would be aired tomorrow. So I'll showing up those tomorrow programming. DP on Reflections episode entitled Be Honest, tomorrow at 2100 only here on DP24 GTV. Both simulcast on Facebook Watch and YouTube. Next up, physical distancing. More of the reiteration would come up in a separate episode. Might as well the 5S discipline introduction and also the complete philosophy. The 5S discipline philosophy. I'm not yet so sure if I would add another philosophy, that all of these are based from the Japanese ones. Maybe you might be wondering why I have to use the English here. Well, not only it's my second language that I've been used to be fluent enough from the elementary years, but also some of the audiences from one of my webinars saying that my English speaking skills would be so-called too hard for them to understand. But anyways, let's forget about it. What I have to use in this live session is that several stories will be revealed, but this should be reduced into 30 minutes programming in order to have a leeway for not only the StreamYard but also might as well the wishes of the audiences, the needs of the audience rather, that everyone is interested of. And of course, the upcoming episodes would be more like of the reiterations of the health protocols, health safety measures. You have to use this face shield at any time, especially if you're planning to go somewhere else, and that even includes the shoot or taping or whatsoever. Next week would be more of thesis preparation story that I have to share it with you, but limited information that I'll be sharing to you in public, since at the institution where I currently enrolled, especially friends from the Lyceum of the Philippines, University Cavite, have knowledge about the data privacy policy, and I'm 100% sure that it's strictly forbidden to disclose everything into the public space without the consent. And so, all of these are purely from my very own personal experience. And without a prejudice to the current academic standing, that I might face some sort of difficulties and challenges. Maybe I would like to, go into... Wait, let's restart the camera. Of course, everything have changed because of the COVID-19 pandemic disaster, and that even includes the online classes. And every time I do some sort of live streaming, I would always speak the truth, and that always comes from my heart. And more so, we have to be focused not only on our academic standing, but also on our life as well. And of course, that sums up with the shortest edition of DP24 in Focus live session. Thank you so very much for tuning in to DP24 in Focus live. And welcome back to this very own programming. And I hope that everyone is safe and well, especially if you're at home. Of course, FEAST conference goes online for this time. Visit www.feastconference.com for more details on the ticketing procedure and assistance in case you have previously purchased last year from the last Kerigma conference, where it's now being transformed as the FEAST conference on a new normal, better normal, same mission way. And so, every Sunday, Feast at Home still on air. And so with the Feast Conference and the Grand Feast. Maybe it would feature the daily Mass from Fridays to Saturdays and even the Holy Mass every Sunday. And also, don't forget the Pista ng Mapa 2020 is 13, 20, and 27 November. And so for the FEAST conference from 20 to 22 November, and I'm not 100% sure of what will happen for the Papao Festival. Maybe it would be either postponed or goes live online, or whatever the city government of Dasmariñas will do. Don't forget PTVNews, or I'm sorry, CNNPhilippines, The Final Word, and PTVNews Tonight is up next. So be safe, be well, stay sane, and don't forget that you are always loved. Have a wonderful good night's sleep.